Give me one more second, guys. Let me just get everything. How was the trip? It was good. I'm back. I'm ready to lock in. I'm looking a little rough right now. Just got back. I'm packing, getting locked back in. Just kind of getting everything dialed, making sure I'm set for the week and stuff like that. Getting back in my routines and stuff. Yo, who's Nick? I forgot who he is. George, get out of my chat. I'm just kidding. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to untangle these earbuds here. You know, give me 1 second. All right. Let's throw up the screen. All right, guys, let's kill it this week. Let's kill it. You know, we did really good before I left. Sorry, guys. Wasn't live. I know. Don't be sad. I'm back. I didn't really trade last week, nor did I really even like the markets. I really didn't like anything last week. Not going to be live on YouTube? Yes, I am. Am I not live on YouTube? I should be live on YouTube. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube. I'm live there. Let me see your pretty face. Oh my gosh, I look chopped right now, guys. Bad. I low-key realize I've been gaining weight from traveling so much. A lot. But it's fine. I traveled, got out of my system. I can't even say I'm not going to travel again because I'm going to travel again. But we're locked in. Okay? We're locked in here. Side profile. It's not it right now. I'm telling you. Too much traveling, too much going out. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Too many carbs. That's what it is. But we're back in the States. And we're locked in. All right, let's go over. So again, if you guys are on my Telegram, you guys probably saw my weekly outlook already. Okay. What's the name of UK 100 Legacy? So sadly, Andrew, UK 100 and DAX, not on Legacy, but we also trade NASDAQ. So we can trade Muay Thai and shit. I know I've been wanting to do like Muay Thai or something, some type of martial arts, but I don't know. I just need to get back in the gym, to be honest. Biggest thing is diet. My diet's not bad. A lot of it's like the lack of sleep, but I kind of fixed my sleep schedule. So that's good. So probably right after the stream, I'm just going to knock the fuck out, guys. Trying to get on that. Also, starting next week, I will be live one day during New York, one day during Asia. So I'm excited for that. But let's just go over some things, guys. Let's just get through it. Kind of go over UK 100 DAX. So for DAX, very bullish, okay, but nonetheless, we are kind of coming down towards these lows, and this is kind of just making me not very bullish and not really wanting to do anything right now because, again, like, one, we could just break these lows and flip bearish, and I either want to wait for that or wait for price to react back up. Same thing for UK 100. You know, we've now come into this 4-hour equilibrium. We definitely can come deeper, okay, but nonetheless, for me to even really look for anything, I need to see a little bit more confirmation. I mean, we could take buys just because we are now breaking some lows down here. So we could look for a pullback of this leg, to be honest with you. But I still want to see some nice displacement to the upside, breaking some of these internal highs, and then we can go from there. Okay, so turn this on. Okay. I need to fix my sessions. That's not fixed. That sucks. Yo, fire post on IG. Thank you. Yeah, guys, if you guys haven't liked my post, go like my post on IG, Niicksfx. Okay, go like it right now. But UK 100 DAX, I think it's definitely going to be a waiting game for me. Like I said, the only thing I'm going to be looking for is if we get some type of internal structure flip, and then we can look for longs here. Again, my sessions are all fucked up right now. I fucked them up. But if we get some type of break to the upside, we could look for a continuation back up to facilitate some type of pullback. But we just broke these lows, so we also could still see expansion lower. Okay. UK 100 is not on Legacy, Andrew, but we are trading NQ. So let me go over NQ. Okay. So for NQ, we are just extremely bullish though, guys. We've just been pumping. Okay, doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to be looking for buys. Okay, we're still at the very high time frame. So as we go down to lower time frames, first thing I'm noticing is, yes, even within the 15-minute, we are still within this bullish leg. Okay, we had a pullback. I can't expect price to continue higher just based off that structure, but obviously we're still in the higher time frames. Right, as we go down to the 5-minute, we can see how this 5-minute break here. Okay, this 5-minute leg that we're playing within broke this low here. So we could be looking for some type of pullback. Right, that's first things first. But before we actually get started, guys, can everyone hear me? No? Yes? No? All right, live on Discord right now? Yes, I am, Casper. Also, guys, go get an account right now, guys. I got a nice little discount right now for you guys. Use code Nick. Go get an instant account. Instant accounts are cheap as fuck right now. Okay, go get an instant account. Go get a regular account. Use code Nick. Get a nice little discount with that. And get ready for this week. I know we're going to kill it. Okay, so you better get it right now before we trade in 9 minutes. But first things first, I'm noticing, again, we are bearish here. So we know we can definitely get a pullback here. Obviously, we've been trading way lower time frames. So as we get onto the 1 minute, we can see that 1 minute price action, bullish, had a pullback. Looks like we went higher. Have been sitting down here within this structural low, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Okay, but nonetheless, I don't think we've fully broken it, have we? We did. Ooh, okay. So that says a lot. We just broke that low, so we could end up looking at some type of bearish structure, but nonetheless, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go short. We're going to see. Okay, I do think we still have room to go higher, to be honest with you guys, just based off how this displacement's going. But if we go down to lower time frames, and again, we are seeing this bullish leg here. So if we were to play longs, obviously I'd wait for the pullback into 50% to go higher, right? But we just said we did break these lows, so we could end up looking for shorts here. Either way, we may not even be needing to pay attention to the swing structure of that minute time frame. I'm been trading 30-second. We've been killing it on the 30-second, guys. So with that being said, I may be looking for a 30-second move, especially because we see this overextended bullish leg here on the 1 minute. We can already kind of see this 30 seconds starting to stutter here, where we're seeing a lot of hesitation at these highs. We're seeing internal lows being broken. So as we go into London, if we see this next internal low broken, see a pullback, we can take sales into this 50%. I'm comfortable with that, just because, again, we know we're overextended. Not necessarily overextended, but we know we had a bullish leg to the upside. We had displacement. I love these setups. And the reason I love these setups, is because I could care less if we continue bullish or bearish within this 1 minute structure. Okay, like I said, we did end up breaking these lows, barely, right? So that could be a call for price going bearish, okay? Bearish, pullback, continuation bearish. But it doesn't matter, right? The reason it doesn't matter is because we're going to be looking for short-term sells. So if we are going to go bearish, great, we're in alignment with those sells, okay? Looking for those short-term sells. But if we're going to go bullish, the reason I could care less is because at the end of the day, if we're going to continue bullish, we're still going to have a pullback, right? We're still going to have that pullback where price obviously expanded higher. We'll see that pullback. And if price doesn't want to continue lower and wants to continue higher, that's fine, because we're just catching this micro structure within it. We're catching the fractal movement, just that micro pullback into the 50%. Okay. Is NAS 100 NQ on legacy? Yes. NQ or MNQ? I'm trading NQ today. Okay. But you can definitely trade MNQ. I usually trade MNQ, but it's bugged for me. So I trade NQ. But yours shouldn't be bugged. And yeah, so NQ or MNQ, but I would recommend MNQ. That being said, guys, again, I just want to see that next little bit of structure broken. So we're really just looking for a break of this low, especially because I don't want to take a trade before London open. So if we see a break of this low, what we'll be looking for, obviously, break. We'll wait for the pullback into 50%, mark up this leg, and we'll take price down off of that 50% rejection down into this 50%. That may be a lot of back and forth to you guys, may be confused, but again, like the way price works is we move in waves. We move in waves on all time frames. Okay, if we're going to expand higher, we're going to have a pullback before we go higher. Okay, but I'd like to see that extra bit of confirmation to confirm that this internal structure is now bearish, because again, what is price doing right now? And this is why I wait for London open. Price may just skyrocket and shoot higher. If it does, fine. We're not in any trades yet. We're going to wait. But nonetheless, if we do get that confirmation lower, okay, we're going to take the lower trade, or we're going to take the sells. So we got a little bit of time. Obviously, got to get ready over here. Probably only going to risk 1 or 2 contracts. But it depends. Again, price looks like it's already breaking higher. So at that point, we're just going to wait. Okay. I'm not going to go for any buys, but we could just be getting another liquidity sweep of these highs. Still may come down and break these lows, and we still take the short. Simple. Fire Nancy. Nice little gold move. How's your guys' week been, though? How was last week? You guys make money, lose money, break even. Again, I wasn't here. You know, I don't know. I was, I guess you could say, break even. I didn't trade. How's your guys' week though? Is it bad, good? Tell me. I want to know if you guys made money without me. I'd love to hear that. Not good price action. Yeah, I agree. I looked at price a little bit, but great week last week. Good. Again, that's the way trading works. Like, again, some people have great weeks, some people have bad weeks. It's just a matter of your system. And I think the biggest thing is on your bad weeks, again, as long as you're risking correctly and you're not blowing your account, you're fine. As long as you survived a week, even if it was a bad week, you can come into next week and have a great week. So we are expanding higher here. And again, just by the look of price action here, especially on the 5 minute, like I can't expect buys here. But again, even with me expecting buys, I'm still going to be looking for those shorts, just because, again, for me to even be able to buy, I need to see that pullback first. For us to even consider buys, it needs to hit 50% at least, and then we can look for buys, where we could just catch the 30-second pullback. And if it doesn't give it to us and it just shoots straight down to 50%, we can look for some type of structure to take price back up. I like it. Made lots. Love that, Damon. Love that you made lots. So again, our range is expanding. So obviously I'm moving my Fibonacci as price expands its range, just to make sure we are correctly identifying our equilibrium, which is our target if we do end up taking shorts here. But it's just a matter of when London opens, are we just going to see a straight shot down into equilibrium, where I'll wait for some type of internal structure on the 30-second to give confirmation to take price back up? Or are we going to get good structure to the downside, where we're seeing a break, pullback, and a continuation, right? These trades, especially now trading on the 30-second, guys, you got to be ready. Okay, if I tell you to enter, right? I'm usually going to tell you guys my risk. I'm probably going to risk $500 on this trade. But again, I don't know what my risk is yet, just because I don't know my stop loss yet. Okay, my stop loss, it really doesn't come about until we get our setup. Okay, but I can imagine maybe 10 to 25 point stop loss, where, let's make sure settings are correct. Futures and Q, again, calculating it for us, we'd be risking just one contract. Okay, on M and Q, it'd probably be a little bit more accurate. It would be 10 contracts, okay, on M and Q. But nonetheless, I'm on NQ right now. We'll see what happens. Can anyone hear him speak? Yeah, they can hear me. What's up with Discord? What's the link to join back Legacy? Yeah, I got you. Hold on. Did you get kicked out? Anyone in YouTube, that is the link for our Discord calls. It's free to join. Fire, Andrew. Glad you can hear me. So we got 30 seconds, guys. Let's see what happens. See what happens on DAX. See what happens on UK 100. Even though I'm not really expecting anything, I still want to see what happens. Especially because if we do get some type of bullish reaction here on the lower time frames, we could be shooting for something there. Because again, we know that we are bullish, at least swing structure of the higher time frames. Okay. We've already facilitated a pullback. We've had multiple reactions off 50%. Okay. So honestly, I could really see something happening here. I've noticed a lot of setups after my trading time. I've been taking setups out of my trading time, which I usually trade the first 2 hours. Wow, we just expanded higher. Do we have news today? Don't tell me it's the one news day out of the fucking... Okay, no. So we are expanding higher. Nothing bad. Still fine. Just texting me. I'm going to do my FS check on this trade. Love that, Damon. I'm not sure if it wasn't showing since the end of last week. For some reason, it still says links invalid or expired. Not sure why. So are you not in the Discord? DM me on Discord. Casper, are you in my personal Discord? DM me, we can get something figured out. So DAX is expanding. Same with UK 100, kinda. Yes, DM me on Discord, Casper, so we can try to figure something out. So again, like I said, DAX is expanding off of these lows. Again, I'm still bullish. Okay, it just, I really don't want to take anything being so close to these lows. Like, yes, we could definitely take some type of 5-minute, break of structure, pullback, something like this. But I'd rather wait for maybe another leg to form. I want to see a pullback, maybe another leg form, and then we take the continuation of price higher. Okay, just to confirm that we just came really close to these lows. I really don't like that at all. But again, we never broke these lows, so we are still bullish. We are. We definitely are. But I'd rather wait for UK 100. But even with UK 100, let's kind of peep. I'd want to wait for confirmation. We are just expanding on DAX. Wow. NQ is just ripping as well. Holy fuck. So again, it kind of tells us we are definitely still bullish. Again, our overall objective is to facilitate the pullback of this 15-minute. I want to see price come to this 50%, which I don't want to see it now. I don't. I hope it doesn't go right now, because at that point, it may just be a no trade day for NQ, which would suck. But at that point, we'd have to wait for a confirmation to go back lower, which obviously we could see, but I should have left a runner. Yeah. We're ripping UK 100. Oh, yeah. UK 100's ripping. Same thing with DAX. Good displacement to the upside, for sure. Like, we could take these longs. Wow, what the fuck? It is still a fat stop loss for being such a small move. Ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. But I've done really good this month with UK 100 and DAX, so we can definitely put some risk on the table here. We won't be losing much, even if we lost both trades. But just a matter of, are we going to get the setup or not? NQ, we are just ripping. Really not creating any good internal lows, which sucks because there's really nothing to trade off of if price does pull back. I need to see some type of internal low be created, maybe a liquidity sweep of these highs, and then we break those lows to continue back down. That'd be the only way I look for sales here. Initial sales look good, but didn't get confirmation there, so added and DM'd on Discord. Yeah, the link's still no bueno. Hold on. Hold on, Casper. I wonder why. Try it one more time. It says it's good for me. So with NASDAQ, here's what we can do now though. So since we got that 1 minute break, since we broke these highs, we could end up, especially with confirming that price is looking fairly bullish, we could just take a 1 minute setup, which again, I'm not against. I mean, we usually trade the 1 minute. Be a really big stop though. That's what I don't like. I don't like those big stops, to be honest with you guys. I mean, we know price should end up ripping into 50%, but I'd rather wait for a pullback, some type of internal break to the upside on the 30-second, and then just have a way better stop loss and potentially even way better RR there as well. George, how was your week last week? Did you kill it? Did you murder the markets? With UK 100, I'm very skeptical about this level here, guys, to be honest with you, that we just tapped into. So I may even want to wait for price to either pull back and continue higher, or just wait for a bigger breaker structure of like these highs here. Once we get a break of these highs, it would definitely confirm to me that we definitely are going to see higher prices there. 30 seconds now. Coming down. I think we are going to pull back here. It's just we really don't have a setup. No good internal structure to play off of. Really none. Unless we do see a liquidity sweep of these highs and come back down and break this low again. Then we'll definitely like, I'll like that for sure. Casper is still no-go on the link. Or what? Yo says that was banned, doesn't know why. Damn it, Casper. Why are you getting banned and shit? Hold on. Why are you getting banned? There, Casper. Try to join again. You should be good. Don't be getting banned, Casper. All right, guys. A little bit of waiting game. Again, we got some time. You know, I don't plan on dipping out of here too soon. As far as DAX and UK100, you know, depending on how price moves, will probably be a trade that I take later on after stream, if something presents itself. Okay. Price rip though. If you're like a trend line breakout trader, something like that, you would have ripped. Even if you took a break of these highs, to be honest with you, you would have ripped. I bet you Emmett took those. Does he trade DAX? No, he trades UK100, huh? Or does he trade DAX? What does Emmett trade? DAX, UK100. I see. I knew we were going to have a pullback here. It's just, I really wish we had a setup. Emmett just hit target 3 on DAX. Fire. DAX and oil. Yeah. This looks like an Emmett trade. Something like this. Even if it was like a break of these highs. Close stop loss. Nice little rip there. Easy money. Easy money. Yeah, Casper, finally back. Good to see you. What did Emmett take? Like an early trendline break down here? Oh, that was way before London Open. He definitely took a break these highs, huh? That would have been a fire setup. I wish we were in on this pullback, guys. I don't even want to play the 1 minute back to the highs, to be honest. Way too big of a stop. Unless we played the 7% entry, but we could just react off 50. We'll see. I think we'll definitely capitalize on DAX potentially. I'm liking DAX. The displacement higher. Again, it's really just how we sat near these lows. Just a little bit weird, but we did take really good liquidity of all this here. It's a great liquidity displacement to the upside. I mean, I can't complain about that. So I think we definitely will take higher or rip higher. So I'll probably end up entering this once we get a pull back into 50%. Fill a lot of this imbalance and we can take price up somewhere. Even if it's just to the equilibrium of this leg, which still would give us our 1 to 2. So really can't complain there. Looks nice. I just want that 15-minute to close good. And when we kind of have internal lows right here, if we end up breaking these, but they're still not the best, to be honest with you. did end up breaking them barely. Not the best internal break. Or, I mean, not even break structure-wise. See, we barely broke this level. I don't even like that. I don't even think we really did. We'll see if it plays out. I don't think I'm going to take this just because we don't have the best internal structure here. Like internal lows is what I'm talking about. It's not terrible. But we just barely even broke that. Unless we come down, have a better, cleaner break. But I do think we're going to see that pullback for sure. At least into this area here. But I don't think I'm going to take this one, guys. It's just not worth the risk here. Quality over quantity. I'd rather wait and see if we can get some confirmation back lower, get a trend going in the lower time frames, and then shoot there. Well, that break is better potentially if we close. If we close beneath these lows, then potentially I could look for shorts here. We'll give it a shot. I had a really good month so far, so fine putting some risk on the table. Better. And again, we may just straight shoot down here. Got good volume, so could be missing out on shorts here, which sucks. We didn't really get a good setup. But again, like I definitely will be waiting for some type of long off of this 50% down here. If we get some 30-second confirmation with, you know, nice little changing character. How was the trip? It was good. I was in Mexico for quite a while. It was nice. But was last couple of days I was just ready to get back and lock in, if I'm being honest with you. I need to lock in. We could be taking shorts here. Again, 30-point stop loss. Probably still one contract. Actually, no. We'd be under risking hella. That sucks. That's why I like trading M and Q. But it's just bugged on this one. I hate it. Is my fib all fucked up? Here, let's see. Yep, of course it is. Give me 1 second. Let me. I hate that it always resets my fib. We were just crashing. And already on DAX floating 20 points. What are you in, buys or sells? Can't even lie, there was decent sells up here. Nice. Nice little internal break here. We just missed the pullback though. Could be taking shorts here. Giving it a second. We'll see. See if price is ready to go lower. But again, even if we just shoot down still, hit this level, my bias is instantly going to flip to buys. Not necessarily like right away, just hop into buys like you definitely could. It's just you're going to be sitting there with a really big stop loss, and you'll probably be in this trade for a while. What the fuck? Oh, I thought I said 25 points. I was confused. It says 75. How many contracts on MQ again, and how much to risk? Well, I feel like shorts aren't going to happen just because we're getting a lot of volume here. We're probably just going to shoot down into 50% here. But on MQ, if you wanted to risk $500 with a 30-point stop loss, it'd be, what does that say, 8 contracts? Yeah, 8 contracts right here. I believe so. Yeah, 8 on MQ, and that's the risk 500. You in any DAX trade at the moment? No, I'm not in DAX crew. Waiting for DAX potentially for buys. I like DAX more right now than UK 100, but I need to see a pullback into 50%. So I didn't want to catch, or I didn't want to take that breakout trade there. So I wanted that confirmation as far as seeing the displacement leg, getting confirmation that we are going higher. Once we see that pullback, I will look to enter probably at the 50%, and then look to take price higher. So UK 100, the only thing that's kind of pushed me away is the fact that we were reacting off this order block here. I should probably pay attention here. But holiday was good. It was good. Thank you. I'm going to wait for DAX to pull back to 50% fire. Yeah, I'd wait. I mean, I like to wait. I like the confirmation. We already got the confirmation as far as seeing the displacement. Now it's just about waiting for that pullback. The thing with DAX is we could just rip. You know, we may just end up ripping, which is fine. You know, like I don't mind waiting. But we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't push higher now. I know. Short buys on DAX, break structure fire. Yeah, those breakouts on DAX and UK 100 are lucky fire. Like they definitely rock. They hit. I'm a little bit more patient. Yeah, they do hit hard. But again, like just because I don't take them now doesn't necessarily mean in the future we can't definitely look to take something like that. Just because again, like simple little breakout, 20-point stop, we would have ripped at least a 1 or 2. Fire George. Fire, some nice UK 100 buys. Have we tried breakout strat? Yeah. Not how like Emmett Mamba does it. Like I still like using my concepts with breakouts. So like what I mean is like if we would have had this like confirmation leg prior, let's say on DAX, like if we would have had a confirmation leg prior, we already like facilitated a pullback. Yes, I could see me taking a break of these highs, but the reason I don't like taking breaks of like these highs here is just because we could just be taking liquidity. Okay, we could have taken liquidity from these highs and melted right back off. Obviously, we didn't in this case, but nonetheless, this confirmation leg, this displacement tells me now we are bullish. Okay, prior to that, we weren't necessarily bullish until we got that break higher. A wick could have just eaten us alive and ripped back down and continue with that bearish structure. That's where, again, I'd rather be a little bit patient there just to make sure that we're taking, you know, quality setups there. I'm hesitant on taking these sells here, guys. George is a demon. I know George was a bottom wick trade or bottom tick trade if I've ever seen one. I almost want price to melt off without giving us entry. Not to say like I don't want to take these sells, but just not the best internal structure over here. And 2, I'd rather wait for here, and then we actually have better confirmation for buys. Because again, if we look at NASDAQ on the 15-minute, we're within this bearish leg. Obviously, I can expect a pullback here if price is internally bullish within this structure here. After we get that pullback into 50%, which looks like we're about to get that soon, what can we expect, right? 1, we need the pullback into 50% on the 15-minute. So we know that in order to get that pullback on the 15-minute, we need to see some type of bullish price action. And we're seeing that. We're seeing higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and now a new higher high. So at that point, we can play this new bullish leg. If we tap 50%, then we can look for buys. Looks like that's what we're going to get. So I'm just going to delete this. There we go. Again, no entry yet. What I'd like to see now for confirmation is I want to see the 30-second come back up and give me some type of new internal bullish structure to confirm that price is reacting bullish off of these levels down here. And then from there, we can look to take price higher. So at that point, we have a lot of confirmation. I'm tired. Tired. But we'll see. Let's see. Let's hopefully get a break of these internal highs here, because I'd love to take some buys. Let me get this correct. NQ. We don't know our stop loss yet, so we'll see. This imbalance scares me though. We are reacting off of it quite nice though. It's risky, but short stop loss here ends up being like 10R. Yeah. Can like you guys can definitely like that strategy. It's when it comes to RR and like taking those types of setups, like you can take losses. Like a lot of people don't understand is like losses are fine. Like again, to each their own. But if you have a system that you know hits majority of the time, and even if it's not majority of the time, like the thing is with if you're casually catching 8 RRs, 10 RRs, you can fucking lose 5 trades. You catch that one trade and you're still up tremendously. But you just have to like the biggest thing is like the psychological impact when it comes to taking a couple losses due to the fact that you have a short stop loss. But again, if you can see it through, if you can see it, the bigger picture as far as when you catch that winning trade, it's a big winning trade. You're good. Oh shit, George. It's a fat one, right? Especially for 10R. Let's see some expansion here, guys. I want to see some good displacement to the upside, pull back, and then we'll take price here. The only thing that's going to stop us is if price wants to come lower to fill the rest of this imbalance, but it doesn't necessarily have to right now. We could leave it, because we are having a crazy nice reaction. We just missed that 15-minute fill. That would have been nice to see. Price fill that on the 15-30 minute. What platform am I using? What do you mean? Are you talking to me or George? I'm trading on Legacy right now. Legacy. If you want to go get yourself an account. If you don't have an account yet, go use code Nick. Get yourself a discount. On NQ. So what would be the TP on NQ? So I don't know. The TP is always typically about a 1 to 2 RR. Okay. But it's nothing set in stone yet because we don't have the confirmation set up yet. At first, I need to see the breaker structure. So obviously, we want to see some displacement to the upside, breaking these internal highs. And then from there, that would confirm, okay, we are definitely now looking to go back bullish. And then obviously wait for the pullback. And then usually go for about a 1 to 2. So. But it looks like we are making our way back up here, so I like that. I just hope that we're not going to stay internally bullish within this range. That would suck, dick. You would still take it if it pulls back to 7%. Yeah, like if price did end up melting down to 7%, as long as I see that lower time frame internal flip, I will still take it, right? I'd actually prefer to put on deeper. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to. That's why I'm still willing to take these longs here, potentially. It's just the one fear is, and again, like every trade, there's going to be some type of risk. But calculated risk, I think we still have higher probabilities in this sense, where if price did want to continue lower, it could just be facilitating a pullback of this internal bearish price action to come lower. But we'll see. All right, so we have the displacement up. I like that. Marking up the fib. If we get that 50% retracement, I'm in, guys. Again, as the range continues to expand, so does our fib. So make sure you guys are continuing to move your fib if you're trading with me. So right now we have about a 20-point stop loss, but as price continues to expand, obviously our range gets wider, which means our stops gets a little bit bigger. Let's mark this up correctly. But we'll see how this trade treats us. Again, there is that one negative confluence against us, but we're getting really good displacement here, so I'd rather take buys here. I'm not in buys yet, but I'd rather take buys here than just think shorts are going to play out, just because we have a lot of higher time frame confluences that are really pushing me over the edge to take this trade too. Plus the displacement here is beautiful. I'd be pissed if price did just ripped. I'd be pissed. Which it looks like it's what it's doing. But again, I gotta wait. 2 trades at once. Fire. And the DAX buys. The DAX pull back. Oh no, you got me tripping. DAX is still pushing higher here. But a 35-point stop. I definitely will be over risking here, but I'm fine with that. Wow, are we just gonna rip? Again, like, I don't mind seeing my analysis correct. I'm just mad that we never got entry. Can't even be mad, but I gotta wait, guys. I'm sorry. Again, like, I know you guys want to trade, but I also gotta follow my plan. WNAS, I know it's ripping. I really wish we got in 5-minute on NAS. What do you mean? No, we're trading 30-second. Obviously, I'm using higher time frames as confluences as far as the general direction of price. You're good, Julio. Again, like, the reason, like, I don't stress out about missing out on these trades is because I always think of what could have happened. Like, I could have impulsively entered buys and price could have still been looking to short. And at that point, I feel like, and you guys should also feel the same way, you'd probably be more mad at the fact that you took a trade impulsively and lost than if you would have just sat on your hands and saw your trade play out without you. And again, like, when I say saw your trade play out without you, it's not that we had a setup. No, we were waiting for a setup. We had confirmation. We just never got the exact entry that we needed. Therefore, we have to wait. And price took off without us. You know, that just tells you direction of bias was correct. It's just a matter of pricing to give us what we want. It still definitely can. You know, that's definitely something we still can see. If price does come and break these highs here, we can still play the same leg to go higher. Okay, we still have higher time frame confirmation to take price higher. So I'm still willing to take buys. It's just a matter of, are we going to see the pullback now or not yet? But price is just kind of pumping here. We'll see. All right, so it looks like we kind of broke this high, which again, just same stop loss, same everything. Unless we just rip into 50% at that point, if we do end up coming up all the way up here, then bias will probably flip to sells, just because, again, we've now completed a pullback. We can go deeper into the premium of this leg, but nonetheless, like, this was our overall target, is the 50% of this 15-minute bearish leg. DAX flew. Oh my gosh, it did. What a runner. UK 100 is kind of confirming buys too. Sucks with DAX though. It's going to be such a big fucking stop loss. But again, like, this is definitely something I will most likely take later tonight. Again, a lot of the trades that I've been catching on DAX and UK 100 have been coming late. But we are just fucking pumping on everything. Almost TP2 on NAS, trailing stops, fire. Yeah, we're just getting a lot of volume here. Okay, I have legacy funding account now. All I have to do is add some money. But now I can copy your trades. What do you mean add some money? If you have a legacy account, you don't gotta add money. If you bought the account, like, it's there. Oil did me nice. Good. We'll see what happens. If we end up just ripping on NAS and continuing with this bullish structure all the way to 50%, I'll probably just take it for what it is, and good day as far as directional bias, but we just didn't get the setup I wanted. It is what it is. DAX and UK 100. I mean, I'm not off yet, guys. But I'm still definitely going to be looking for something here on UK 100. I want to see a little bit. We got a decent break here. I'd like to see these highs be broken. And then from there, I'm definitely looking to go long to take price up. I definitely think we can see that, even if it's just within this 15-minute. We still got room. So we'll see what happens there. Good displacement, though. Great displacement. What the fuck was that sound? Do you guys hear that? Or was that just me? We are fucking ripping. Nice, George. Nice little UK 100. It's one of those days for me. Price taking off without us. Could catch some type of 30-second trade within here, depending on what we get. Just because, again, now that we broke on the 1 minute, even the 5-minute structural high here, we see price come down, break these internal lows. We could take a really quick scalp down into that pullback, but it would be probably a really quick trade. And that's if price could just continue to pump here. So again, I'm not getting in shorts yet, guys. I'm just marking shit up. Oh, you got into oil, Normings? Last part on oil fire. I might take these quick scalps though. We gotta break this low. Excuse me, sorry. Looks like we were about to. Again, if you already made some money today, sit on your hands, but I like to set up just because, again, if we are going to see higher prices, we're going to see price facilitate that pullback first. Did we break? Oh no. Nope, we didn't break. I'm not taking anything just yet, guys. I got to see that break. Great start to the week. Let's go. I got to see that full break, guys. We just kind of wicked it, so got to see a body closure. There's that body closure. So let's cancel that. We're ripping. It actually throw me off if once again we're looking for shorts up here, price just shot off without us. We're looking for buys down here, it ripped without us. We're looking for shorts right here, it ripped without us. Again, I can't do much about that, guys. We could end up taking longs from this area off the 1 minute to take price higher. So but honestly, I'd rather take 7% here. Yeah, crew. It is a massive stop loss. That's why I'd rather take 71%. Plus, we have a lot of imbalance here, guys. A lot of times when we have this much imbalance sitting down lower, we will end up coming deeper into discount to fill a lot of that imbalance in. So, just one of those days where price is kind of just ripping without us. Again, like, I can't be mad, though. Just because, again, like, it goes to show directional bias is very, very on point. It's just a matter of, you know, we're not always going to get the setup. But again, I hope you guys can see how price is moving. That's one thing. If you guys are waiting for me to take a trade again, I just want you to see, look, price is moving beautifully, exactly how I planned it out. Had an expansion, had a pullback, had another expansion, had a pullback. And what can we expect going forward? Another expansion, guys. It's just a matter of, am I going to get the setup that I want? I mean, we already have the setup. Like, I could take buys off this level here, truly. I just, again, like, it's just a really big stop loss. And two, with that amount of imbalance, I'd rather just wait for the 71% pullback and have a way better stop loss and potentially way better RR here too. Because again, like, we get that 71% and we can target that 15-minute. And we're catching a nice little 1 to 3 there. So. I can see that money move. Yep. Exactly. That's me. CS anyway. Don't overtrade fellas at the start of the week. Yeah, guys. You made some money today. Sit on your hands. Chill. Again, I'm still willing to take a trade. Win or loss, you know, again, start of the week. But we have really good directional bias. Let's just see if price does come down and hit our 71%. I will be entering buys off this area, guys. If we come down into it. Oh my god, that sells. See if we tap it though. If we edge it and we rip, I'm taking my fucking anger out on one of you guys. One person. One lucky person will get picked. Probably Lormings, to be honest. Fucking Lormings. Alright, guys, look like I'm about to get entry here. I'm just gonna risk one contract on NQ. Please pick me. Of course you want to be picked, Damon. But again, with the 7% retracement, we could even come a little bit deeper down into here to fill all this imbalance. But we look really good. So I think we're bound to push higher here. I just really want to see that tap before we go. But like I said, we could come a little bit deeper, fill all that imbalance, and then rip higher. If we ripped from here, whew, wow. It's going to turn into a crash out stream. Oops. All right, guys, I'm in buys. Let's see what happens. Again, win or lose today, I could care less. We just came off a nice little win streak. Not last week, but the week before. So, plus the start of the week, so we'll see how it goes. I think I'm over-risking just a little bit, but I could care less. We have some really good profits to kind of play with. So, again, we missed kind of our, not missed, but we had some really good setups or potential setups up in here, that we just really did not get our setup to fully play out there, which sucks. You know, like the one thing a lot of people I still kind of hate, is it's like, it's always the trades. You missed a bunch of trades, and then the one trade you take, you lose. And again, it's the name of the game. Just the name of the game. But again, still got good confirmation here. So even if this was a loss if price just ended up wanting to rip down from here, which would be surprising just because, again, like I'm expecting price to pull back into at least the 50% of this 15-minute leg. It would, definitely be a little bit strange, but nonetheless, it could be like that. We're getting a lot of bearish volume here, but we had better entry than if we would have entered at 50% here. That's a lot of bearish volume. We just filled that imbalance, so hopefully we just kind of rip up from there, especially on the 5-minute. Nice little bottom wick. We should rip, hopefully. Let's see. This candle's going to definitely tell us a lot. If we kind of top wick, continue lower, we'll probably take it as a loss. But if we bottom wick here off the 5-minute, we should be seeing some nice movement. So DAX, still waiting on DAX, guys. So even if I lose NASDAQ today, yeah, that'll put us down a little bit on the legacy account, but this will definitely feed the live account a little bit. Same thing with UK 100. I will be taking longs here to take prices higher. DAX, I will be taking longs to take price higher. NASDAQ, we just kind of got to see how price plays here. I'd hate to start the week with an L, but still got 2 minutes on the 5-minute to really see what happens here. We're really probably going to see within the next 2-3 minutes if we win or lose this trade. If we get a nice little push up, we're probably going to win. We're probably going to see price take off here. If we get a nice little volume to the downside, we're going to take the loss for what it is. I could care less. I'm just pressed that we really didn't get our entries over here, here, and here. That's what kind of ticks me off. WNAS. It needs a fucking bottom wick to be a W on NAS. That's what it needs to do. Seeing that pressure stepping in on DAX. Yeah, we're still ripping on DAX and UK 100 for sure. We need to see that pullback. I know we'll definitely get it on DAX and UK 100 for sure. But that'll definitely be probably after stream that I end up taking that, just based off how, I mean, it could be during stream if we're on here for a while. But if we take a loss, probably won't be on here any much longer just because I'm tired. I'm trying to keep my sleep dialed in. Let's see. So if we get a nice bullish reaction, get a nice bottom wick on this 5-minute, then we should be looking good for price to continue higher. But if not, I get a beat on someone from chat. Probably both Lormings and Damon. But if we do end up ripping higher on NAS, once we get to this point here, 101, I will be moved to break even. But that's if we get there. I don't like how NASDAQ is moving very close to how DAX and UK 100 is moving. I really don't like that. Not a terrible bottom wick. 15-minute looks pretty fucking horrible, to be honest with you. 30-minute, we still got some time there. So, again, this previous 30-minute candle looks gnarly. One thing that would really piss me off is if we did end up coming back down on NAS to fill this last little bit of imbalance here and then reacted higher off of that, that would be devastating. But it could happen. Definitely could. I don't like these top wicks though. I need to see some nice closures here. But again, we're inching back towards break even. Again, I'm staying in this trade until we hit 101 or until we lose. I could care less, guys. If you guys want to exit, just based off how price did come deep into drawdown, again, it could just end up ripping down. We lose, but I would rather lose than take out at break even due to fear, and it wins, you know. Because again, like, this trade is still valid until we break these lows. Even after we take these lows, we could get wicked out and price could still rip in our direction, which would suck, but it happens. But seeing how similarly NAS and DAX and UK 100 are moving right now, which I don't like, especially because like I'm expecting DAX and NAS to kind of sell off here. It doesn't have to, right? Good night, Lormies. I'll see you tomorrow, G. See you tomorrow. Again, like I said, guys, we are back at break even. Feel free to exit, but don't be mad at me if it wins. And I'm not telling you to exit at break even. I'm not exiting at break even. Okay. But to each their own. If you over risked, this is your chance to under risk or whatever. But again, we're still, I told you guys, we could be facing a little bit of drawdown before we have that push. But we'll see. But again, if we get into this 101, then that's where I'll go to break even at 101 and we'll just let price fly, hopefully. Since I over risked, I might go to break even a little bit early. Once we get to about $500 profit, just because I did over risk a bit. Good luck on this trade. Thank you, Lormings. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Once I'm up about 500 bucks, I'm gonna move to break even, guys. So if we get a nice little push here, which should be soon. There we go. Break even, guys. See? Break even. We didn't hit our 101, but that's fine. I over risked a bit. I'd rather be at break even here. You guys can definitely take partials if you want, but I'm gonna let price run until I'm about at 1,000. Get this account to, we just need another 400 bucks. We'll get it to 106,000. We'll add another account to the fundeds. I mean, I've literally passed this one with you guys on live. So if you guys been here and taking the same trades, you guys should be up. We'll see. We might get taken out of break even. If we do, it is what it is. But we'll see. This is why, like, I really wish we would have caught one of these. Like, we still have good volume right now, guys, but we definitely have the most volume within the first hour. Yeah, we're still within the first hour, but I dare I say within the first 30 minutes, we have the most volume where, based off my system, based off how, like, I kind of do things. Are we still in? Wow. It edged it. All right, we're at a break even, guys. I'll take it. Price could still run. So again, like, you don't have to be out of break even here. Price definitely still has room to run. I moved to break even early just because I did over risk a decent amount. But again, I'm fine with the break even trade here. We could have took profits, but I was looking to get that $1,000 day. Get this account to 106. But there's always tomorrow too. Just sucks that we did miss basically 3 trades. Not miss. I don't know why I keep saying miss. The opportunity, no, not even that. Directional bias was correct. It's just a matter of the fact that price just kind of took off without us today. Okay. Here, yes, good opportunity. Hit near 101. If you did pull partials up here, great. I'm glad I didn't. But still not a bad day. Can't complain. But again, we still have room here to go up. We could, right? We could have just be facilitating like a pullback of this internal structure here to then take price higher, that could definitely be the case. Maybe we take another trade, right? Maybe we see price end up coming back up, breaking these highs here, and we play that 30-second higher with a way better stop loss. And we'll still definitely look, obviously, to continue price higher, just because at that point we are confirming structure once again on the 30-second. We'll see. Price breaks these highs, we could take another one. Again, break even, so still got room. Imagine price just fucking takes off again. Oy. At that point, I would call it a day. You know, I can't do much about that. But this first initial trade will actually fit the criteria up here pretty well. I think we had everything. Yeah, on this first trade, we had everything checked off. Higher time from alignment, liquidity, sweep, break, structure, and balance, 50%. This was 100% trade score. On this first trade, we got break even at. Okay, so obviously, yes, I could have waited and potentially took price higher before moving to break even. But the only thing that this one's missing, if we do take this trade, is liquidity. So if we didn't have liquidity, obviously it'd be 80% trade score trade, which still a good trade. Okay, we went on 80% a lot too. It's just a matter of it's not as high of a probability just because we didn't see that liquidity sweep. I guess we did see it over here. We took some decent lows. I lost a whopping $1. Don't worry, I lost 5. It's break even. We'll see. We have another chance then, potentially. We'll see though. Again, price could just absolutely fucking dump here. And that goes to show that break even was a good call. I know we just missed 101, and that's typically where I go to break even. But like I said, I did over risk, and I was just looking to go to break even once I hit my $500. But we still have a lot of upside. So if you guys are still holding, I mean, you know, I got out for my reasons, but I definitely still think this is high probability trade for price to go higher. I mean, we have a lot of confirmation as far as the understanding that price on the 15 minutes still needs to facilitate this pullback into the 50% here, 30%. I mean, 30-minute looks good. We had a really good bottom wick prior to this. But if we get the break of this internal high, that just goes to show we are internally bullish within this leg. And that's where, again, I will be willing to shoot on another shot here. But that's if. But I'm already getting tired. DAX and UK 100 is just ripping still. Ripping. That 5-minute on Nasdaq's pretty good. Can't even lie. Not entering anything yet, guys. Just marking something up. Just in case. If we did take them to those highs, I mean, we got really good RR there too. So. Let's see. Not in anything yet, guys. Just wait. Price is definitely slowing down. Obviously, we can still definitely see some volume. Like, price is still going to move the entirety of London. But like the one thing with this system is like I don't heavily rely on volume, but a decent amount, especially when it comes to like where I move to break even. Like where I typically move break even, let's say we get this trade here, pulls back, we go to break even at 101. This is where I really love volume and trading the early hours of London because I really want to see that volume push here. All right, looks like we're looking for another trade, guys. Really good displacement there. If we pull back into 50%, I'm taking. Again, if we just end up fucking ripping, I am fucking harassing. Okay, I can't say that. I'm going to take it out on you. Brutally honest. Harassing. You 100% can say that. Damon, you want me to harass you? No, I'm just kidding, guys. It just sucks, you know. But again, like I still can't be mad just because, again, directional bias was honestly on point the entire day. Like I said earlier, if there's one thing you guys take from this stream, even if we didn't make a lot of money, we got break even. I mean, again, I think Damon's still in this trade. So a lot of you still may be in this trade. The only reason I exit early, I mean, right now we would be at break even if I would have exited or went to break even at 101. But you guys know why I exited a little bit early. But if you were to take one thing from the stream, it's just how price moves. We've been seeing it this entire day. Okay, it moves in waves, right? We have a break of structure. We have a pullback. We have another break structure. We have a pullback, right? It's just how price moves. That's why I love coming on here and teaching you guys that. But if we come back into 50%, I will take this trade here. Fuck, I hate when it does that shit. And look to take prices higher. I am also holding fire drawers. Again, you guys are definitely up here 101 here. So I personally would be at break even just in case price did flip. But again, I am still looking for another trade here just because I like the internal price action that we're getting right now. Obviously also aligned with the higher time frame as far as seeing higher time frame bullish, pullback, and then the internal structure is now flipping bullish as well, which is in alignment with the swing bullish structure as well as the targeting of the 50%. I gotta pee. I low-key gotta go take a fucking piss. Alright, I'm gonna leave and come back and we'll see what happens. Hold on. Give me 1 second, YouTube. Wow. You're fucking kidding me. I'm definitely harassing one of you motherfuckers today. What happened to my fucking YouTube chat? I really don't know what happened to my YouTube chat. Damon, calm down. Well, looks like we're just going to continue to expand, guys. Which, again, we can still take entry if we still get the pullback. But if we just rip to these highs, I'm done. I'm done for the day. Again, if you're still in the trade that I called earlier, great. You should be up at least 1 to 1.5 R, maybe 2 R at this point. So I hope you guys are making some profits, maybe close some partials. That you should for sure be at break even. Okay, for sure be at break even right now. Okay. Now on break even fire. Yeah, again, like I expect these highs to be taken. In theory, the probabilities of these highs being taken up here, very high, just based off how structure looks and just based off our overall target for the day, which was this 50% of this 15-minute bearish leg. And again, this is why I preach higher time frame analysis to you guys all the fucking time, just because it works it beautifully. Okay, it's what I teach my students. You can ask Joris. Runs beautifully. Again, on all time frames, we move in waves. Bearish, guess what? We need a pullback. But this is the 15 minutes. We can drop down to lower time frames. And what do we clearly see? A trend within the lower time frames to facilitate that pullback. 1 minute, break structure, pullback, break structure, pullback, break structure, pullback, break structure, pullback. Guess what's next? Another break structure until we facilitate or complete our target, right? Or our goal for the day, which is coming to that 50%. But the great thing is you can still catch these fractal structure moves where obviously you see the 50%. You see the 1 minute break structure. You can catch a 30-second pullback because in order for the 1 minute to continue to trend bullish, it's going to have these pullbacks, at least majority of the time. Okay. Again, had a break structure, could have got the pullback. Down into here, had a break structure, could have got the pullback. Had a break structure, could have got the pullback. You see what I'm putting out there? Again, I'm giving you guys free fucking sauce every single day. And then again, if you're new here, this is what I'm doing every single day, right? I know we didn't make much money today. Again, a lot of you guys are still in the trade, so you guys are making money. But it just goes to show this is how price moves. Even if you're a breakout trader. Again, I still push breakout traders to understand the concepts of multi-time frame analysis and how price truly moves. You close full too early. Again, don't even trip on that, Damon. I even try to preach for breakout traders because you can understand these concepts and still be a breakout trader. Like if I was a breakout trader, we could have taken a break of these lows here. Even if it was stops at these highs and targeted 50%, we could have caught a nice little 1RR because we understand that, okay, we are bullish within this leg. We are now seeing hesitation up here. We're seeing a break of this strong low. Yes, I wait for that pullback, but nonetheless, you could have taken a breakout and caught a nice little 1-to-1 RR. Okay, just because you understand that price will pull back. Same thing as we go back up here. You could have waited for some type of breakout up here. Even if it was like some trend line break. We saw price just absolutely fucking melt down. Not the best trend line, but we see price still reacting off of this area where you just waited for a break. And what did it do? It broke that area and just ripped. But it's an understanding of how price moves aligned or also like with the breakout model. Shout out to you, Nick. Hit my goal for the day. Let's go, Japan. Love that shit. Let's go, crew. Again, as long as you guys ate, I could care less. Again, I'm going to go make money probably on UK 100 and DAX later tonight or going into New York. Unless I'm fucking asleep. But, again, we're about to pass this account on live. Look, broke the highs. You guys should have eat. Joris, if you're at a 3RR, get your money. Again, you guys should be trailing hard at this point. Obviously, you guys can definitely still hold because what's our target? Our target's the 50%. I'll probably stay on stream just until we hit this fucking target, just to prove to you guys it is literally just a back and forth game on all time frames. Just understanding that is going to make you guys so much fucking money. It's ridiculous. Okay. Once I understood this, like I was already making money prior to understanding this, but once I really understood how price moves and how you can catch these internal fluctuations or these fractal movements, I'm telling you. Word full TP if you're to be in longs, I would have probably been out these highs. I'd probably be out now. Yes, I expect 50% to be hit, but nonetheless, if you're up a 2RR, if you're up a 3RR, guys, you don't need to shoot for the moon here, right? Losing $100 ain't gonna kill you. You know, I would trail heavy Joris, or just close 3RR, because 3RR is really good in Joris. You gotta understand 3RR is actually a very big move. Obviously, I can't expect price to continue to trend, but as we come into the 50%, price could just hit the 50% and just fucking dip down. It could just absolutely dip back down. And that's where I would make sure you're exiting at 50% for sure. But if I were you, I would definitely be out of 3RR. 3RR is very, very nice. It's just a matter of, what is your overall goal for this trade. But I'd be out very soon if you guys are still in this trade, if not already out. Just because, again, price could also have another pullback. Why? Because we just broke this high. We could have another pullback, which this pullback could come down here and then come back higher. But if your break even's down here, or if your stop loss is at 1RR, would you rather take the 3RR win, or obviously the understanding of how price moves? At that point, you could just be taking the 1R. I'd rather take the 3R just because I know that price does have the chance to come down before it comes back up. Again, you could be taken out and basically leave money on the table. 3R is exactly the 50% or the bigger leg. Again, even if it's not a full 3RR, we're basically there. You should have got at least a 2RR. You're probably still up at 2RR right now. That's a fat day, depending on how much you risked, right? And again, you guys don't need to make an extraordinary amount. Every little bit counts, okay? It does, over time. And then the thing you guys have to understand is, like, once you guys start building, let's say, a live account, or you have a bunch of fundeds stacked up, that 2RR across 5 accounts, like that's where you really start seeing a lot of fucking money. I'm telling you. So that's where I like to preach to be comfortable taking out at these appropriate levels, which should be these highs. That price did have the probabilities to take these highs, and it should have the probabilities, and it still does, to come higher. But you hit your goal, you made your money, stack that money, get more accounts to the point where, okay, you don't need to hold to the moon, because on 5 or 10 accounts you're making $10,000+ in a fucking trade. Okay, again, like, the biggest thing a lot of people don't realize is leverage is key. It really is. Leverage is key. There's people who go for, I kid you not, I know a guy who goes for 5 fucking points a day. He literally will wait for a breakout of a high. Okay, let's say this high. He will shoot with the tiniest fucking stop loss in the world. Okay. He has 20 accounts, risking probably 500 to 1,000 per account. That's all you need. It really is all you need at some point. Okay. But talking about me next, yes, you, Casper. I'm talking about Casper, guys. Again, like, you don't need a lot. You really, really don't. Who the fuck is messaging me? But again, we're good day. I can't complain. Yes, I got out at break even. Kind of sucks. I can't even say I wish I didn't. But at the end of the day, I guess I shouldn't have, just based off where my stop loss was placed. Where my 1RR was placed. I theoretically should have not exited, because my 1RR was right here, and I moved to break even here. Obviously, price fluctuated, then came up higher. Kind of fucked me there. It is what it is. We would have caught a nice little 1 to 2.5 today, but so be it. That being said, guys, beautiful day. I honestly can't complain. Can't complain. A lot of you guys made money. That's what I'm here for, to help you guys out a little bit. Also, I will be looking at UK 100 and DAX as we go into the later hours of London, potentially even into New York. I have been kind of trading more intraday with UK 100 and DAX just based off how it's been moving. I like buys. I think we will continue to pump potentially. So I will most likely be taking over here. If you made some money, spam W. If you learned something today, even if you didn't make money, spam W. I'm hoping that you guys at least understand how I look at the markets and how I understand, or how to understand how price moves. That's all I care about. Come into tomorrow with that understanding of how price moves. Come into New York with the understanding. But honestly, London does it the best. It does. Yeah, Joris, you can move to 2RR. The thing is like price could fluctuate back down, Joris. And yeah, you'll still get that 2RR. That's still a solid day, to be honest. Um, but, you know, also you can close it full. But at the end of the day, I say doing that 2RR move could really help you out, because even if you comes down, you still get 2RR. If it just absolutely flies with volume, great. You're definitely all upside from there. That's the great thing about trailing stop loss. I'm gonna polish an eye off with some blackjack. Peace and love. I lost hella money on one of my fucking trip. I was gambling a little bit too much. That being said, I'm out of here, guys. You guys are absolutely fucking awesome. Hope you guys had a great night. I had a great night, even though we missed a lot of opportunities. Again, like I said, had opportunity here, had to trade here, got break even, had another opportunity here, took off without us. Just a lot of taking off without us today. Good directional bias. Can't be mad. That being said, you guys are awesome. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time. I'm here. I'm back for a while till I travel again. I'll still be trading. Okay, but I will be traveling again soon. That being said, I'm out of here. Later. Later, YouTube.